We have guests joining us on the broadcast. Dr. Narendra Rangappa, BJP Spokesperson, Leo Saldana, Strategist and Urban Policy and Reforms, Ravi Shrivastava, Political Analyst, also joining us on the broadcast. The BJP saying that action is going to be taken against anyone, irrespective of whether they have any political affiliations. But the Congress party has now hit back. Dr. Narendra Rangappa, the Congress party now saying that this is just a show that the BJP government is putting up by releasing a list of names with some political connections. Is the BJP just trying to put up a show ahead of the elections?
Definitely not. This is a legal document. And we can't play around like the Congress has played with the sentiments of people by giving false statements and false assurances and trying to mislead the people of Karnataka and everybody possibly come across. Because this has been the modus operandi of Congress government previously when it was in power, where they didn't even have the basic approach to identify the stormwater drain and map it. If you want to have a look at the genuine stormwater or stormwater drain map in Bangalore, it is not available. So, who is responsible for all this? Only the BJP? The Congress has got no role to play in this. This is the modus operandi of Congress.
The action from the BJP and the top leaders, including the Chief Minister, had said that it is the Congress party to blame. He did not take up any onus at all. Before I come to you, I just want to take in a quick reaction from the Congress party as well. The Congress party has called for a probe into who gave the permissions for it. So a big fight has now erupted with the Congress party saying, find out who has given the permission for these encroachments. You're taking action against the encroachers, but who is the one who gave the permissions?
Irrespective of whose name crops up, whose building it is, there are two things that needs to be done. One, if it is illegal, go ahead with the resolve that you claim to have. Number two, also find out how these people got permission. Who were the thing, under whose regime it happened, whether it was Congress regime or BJP regime. Who gave them the permissions? How come the officials are going scot-free for this? And why is it that for the greed of few officials, for the greed of the governments, the people of Bengaluru should suffer?
Why should the people of Bengaluru suffer? But the first reaction of the BJP had been that the Congress party is to blame for it. That was the first reaction. Mr. Ravi Shrivastava, you wanted to come in here as the BJP has leveled these charges.
Yeah, but clear that encroachment is illegal. It should be immediately pulled down. But I want to just ask a question here that why to blame it on a particular government? 5 years Mr. Yediyurappa was ruling over there. What was he doing? The issue here is that now Bangalore needs super tech type demolitions because people, the greedy builders, by greasing the palm of the BBMP and the BDA officials, they have raised up on the 20 lakes. The 20 lakes have been usurped in the Bangalore city. And what are they talking about? Mahadevpura. Mahadevpura, they said that Nalapa, the Harris, that plot is or building is there, and this illegal construction is there. Arvind Limbawali is the MLA from BJP there for last 20 years. What was he doing? So these are all passing the buck, trying to create a narrative that by Congress regime it was done or BJP regime it has been done. It is incorrect. The officials who gave the permission, they should be pulled up, they should be brought to book. Because these builders are nobody's relative.
It comes down to who the officials are who gave the permission, irrespective of who was in power. Mr. Leo Saldana, the politics of it aside, as the encroachment drive is taken up, and it's not just the Congress party, several tech parks have also been named with links to the BJP as well. That's what the Congress party has said. Is there a quick fix solution to these problems in Bengaluru, or this is something that has built up over the years and it's going to take a long time, and until then the people will just have to wait?
Systemic corruption does not have a quick fix solution. And if you have caught one MLA and his son for encroachment, I would suggest you do an analysis of all the assets held directly or indirectly by all MLAs, and I'm sure most of them will be held encroaching the lakes and the stormwater drains and kaluways. The point is the court has been addressing this issue in a PIL that I'm part of for the last several years. And 2 years ago, based on my submissions, the court directed the state government to do a survey of all the encroachments into stormwater drains.
Right.
To this day, they have not started it. And which state?
In fact, the court has stepped in as well. So you're saying despite that, no action is taken. So it's not just one particular government, but all governments, subsequent governments that are to blame. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast.